Hi, my name is Jen and welcome to your FitStream workout. Today we're going to be doing mobility work using the chair. We should be going about 7 to 10 minutes today, so this is a great one to bookmark for future when you just want to have a good stretch. So go ahead and scoot yourself to the front of your chair. Feet are going to be about hip distance apart. Hands can rest. We're going to curl into ourselves, making a C shape. And then we're going to look up. So curl and extend, really moving through your whole length of spine. And if you want, add a little breath work. Breathing is really important to stretching. And then we're going to start to work our way down the body, just loosening things up. So we're going to start with those tough, tense points at your trapezius. So just a gentle shift side to side. This is not forced, just nice and easy. Bring your head center, look down, look up. Still sitting nice and tall. Staying soft through the neck, a light brace of the core, and good posture. We'll take a roll through the shoulders. Just loosen them up. This is a great way to undo some of that computer posture, that's slumped over the phone posture, slumped over driving, slumped over while driving. Just opening up those spaces between your chest and your shoulders. Now take another little cat-cow here. That's what we call those things we were doing earlier. Cat and cow. And then we're just gonna let our knees fall together and we're gonna let them open out. You can roll out to the edges of your feet here. Together and then roll apart. Just loosening up through the hips. Do a couple more. Then sit up nice and tall. Hands on the hips, little tiny circles of the hips. If you have a stability ball at home, this is also a great exercise to do on a stability ball. And make sure you go the other way. So we're just trying to get things loosened up so we can go into a little deeper stretch. So these stretches are really nice feel-good stretches. They can help you kind of feel restored at the end of the day. We're gonna start with a seated stretch. Now you're gonna cross either at your ankle, or if you can't, bring your ankle to your knee. And you're gonna bring your knees together and then let them open up. If you're more flexible, you're gonna be here, you're gonna let it come in and out. So this stretches out kind of that tight part of the glute. Try not to hold any tension through the groin as you do this. Let's take a couple more on let's do the other side. So start at the ankle. If you're more mobile, you can do ankle to the knee. We're gonna do a little bit of both as you get going. Just nice and easy, working through that hip joint gently. We're gonna move to the mat on the floor. And you're going to kneel down. Take your hands and make a fist behind the crown of your head. And bring this down this way. You might want to scoot your hips back. And you're going to sit back into the hips, come back up, and then sit back into the hips again. This is going to feel fantastic through your shoulders. One more dynamic stretching moving through, and then this time you're going to sit into it. Really sink back into your hips as much as they'll allow, and let the shoulders open up. Breathe, my friends, we need to breathe while we do this. You might even try giving a little squeeze, pressing the arms down for 5 seconds, and then release. Do that 2 or 3 more times for me. Hold it tight, tense, pressing the back of the arms into your chair, and then release. last one here. And good. Go ahead and walk your hands up onto the chair and stand up. Now from here, a little more deeper into your cat-cow. This is a nice alternative if you can't get down on hands and knees, but curl and then a little glance up. We are meant to move through our spines, and we don't do it enough. There's nothing necessarily wrong with having some roundness through your back. We're not meant to have a ramrod straight back all of the time. Our back is actually more of an S curve, and we want to find what feels neutral for us. So it's going to look different depending on the person. Now from here, walk the hands forward a little bit more, walk the feet back a little bit more, and you're going to find variation on a down dog. Now down dog can be a really challenging position to get into, especially if you have issues getting down and up from the floor. So this is a nice alternative. You can use the back of the chair seat, or in another situation with more room than I have here, you might use the back of the chair. But in any event, what you're looking for is a good stretch down the back of the legs and a stretch through the shoulders and maybe the low back. You can even pedal your feet if it feels good. Or you get a little bend and stretch here. Sit back into the hips and then tailbone up. Sit back, tailbone up. Couple more. And then being kind to yourself, come up. If you're feeling any dizziness as you change positions, please take a moment, hold on to something, let the world get all right here. Now, if you've got the flexibility, foot onto the chair, and you're just gonna sink in and then sink back. So forward and back. If you're more flexible, you might try lifting the toe. And your seat might squish a little bit, that's okay. This can be done in a soft chair, this can be done in a hard chair. Now go ahead and sink in. You might want to hop that back foot a little bit. Toe can be face straight forward, or you can be out on the angle here. And you're just going to do that same thing we did earlier. Let the knee roll out and in. This is going to be a deeper stretch than when you were sitting, or at least from a more challenging position. Let's do that kneeling stretch on the other side. So as you get more flexible, or if you're comfortable on the floor on the mat, you can absolutely do this all the way down. Let's take that forward and back. Now you can bend your knees as much as you like. This is about you, whatever makes you comfortable. I'm bending my back knee a little bit here. Maybe you don't want to do that. Maybe you want to really get into that back of the leg. Nice thing about stretches, you make them work for you. It's okay if you have snap, crackles, and pops. I just heard a couple. So that happens as we mobilize. Go ahead and sink in, and we're gonna go out, and in, out, and in. Are you still breathing? Very important to breathe. Now you only want to go as far as is comfortable for you, and make sure you're rolling through that foot to let the knee roll out and the hip open. This is not about torque through the knee. So it's just letting the knee, leg follow that rolling out motion. A couple more. And about one last one for you. You're gonna lie down on a mat here. You might want to rearrange things. I'm gonna do that. Take your time coming to the floor. Now I'm only gonna do one side for you. One leg comes up, the other leg is down. Now if you have tight hip flexors, this is for you. Lie down, get your head flat on the floor. I'm a little tight for space today. And you're just gonna let that sit. You're gonna let the end of the femur sink into the hip joint here. So what I'm doing here is actually a really nice option. One, sometimes we don't have the space we need. Two, you might feel a lot more comfortable in positions like this if you just prop your head up. So if you need a pillow, if you have a yoga block, great way to do it. Just let that settle, let that settle. Now you at home are going to do the other side. You're gonna hold this stretch for about 10 to 15 seconds. Now carefully put yourself down, press yourself up. I did that very intentionally. You want to roll to one side and then press yourself up, especially if you have challenges getting up and down from the floor. Those are some gentle stretches you can incorporate using a chair, and I'll see you next time.